Welcome back to La Vida Baseball and another segment of Being Guillén. I am joined by my father, Mr. Ozzie Guillén. Welcome. And Oney Guillén, one of the bros, another Being Guillén show. Again, my condolences, Oney, to
it's been a
hard week for you.
Not only that, it's been a hard month for everything. The virus is going on, but the Kobe news really it was weird. We were at my dad's house. It really affected me. I mean, Kobe to me was like, other than my father, he was my first, hero. I remember being in Venezuela. I'd wear number 8 because to me Kobe was 8. 24 came later. Number 8, the original, was my guy. I mean, I even brought this jersey that I wore when I was a kid.
This guy was something you got to look up to.
Yeah,
I mean, everything he did in his life, he was great, especially in his work ethic.
Yeah.
He was working ethic. He wanted to be the best out of the game. He wanted to be the best away from them. Great father. And, when that happened, people got to look up to themselves and remember to live life like it was the last second of their life.
To the fullest.
Because you never know what happened. When something happened to a people like that, you just shocked.
Did you ever meet Kobe?
Well, unfortunately, Ozzie just being
He'd
Ozzie.
go. He was in Anaheim.
Anaheim.
He was big because he lived right by there. So he'd go to a lot of Angels games, and even Mike Trout came out and said that a lot of guys. He was a baseball fan, and he'd go to Dodgers games, and obviously Magic Johnson and the connection. I mean, and this is crazy to say, in the city of stars, of the land of where everyone's famous, he was the biggest.
Yes.
Of them all. So that's why I feel like not only the world is grieving, but the city of Los Angeles lost basically their superhero.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I'm sorry to interrupt you because I grew up with Michael Jordan era. Right now, not that many people know who Michael Jordan is. Not that many kids. You got to be 50s,
right,
40 something to know Michael Jordan was. In this era, this kid was everybody's hero. Like, everything he touched was gold. He went out and do stuff off the field, making his community better. He was acting like a normal person day in and day out.
And you know what, Ozzie? Also a good role model for people. Have this misconception of guys that are in basketball, they have to come from the inner cities. Kobe didn't come from an inner city. Yeah. Kobe his father was a professional basketball player. Kobe spoke 5 languages.
Yeah.
He grew up
very eclectic,
reading, very cultured. And he changed his stereotype of like, oh, you have to come from the inner cities and have that work ethic. No. Kobe always grew up with money, worked harder than every guy in the room. And I think that's why so many people respected that Mamba mentality.
Yeah. How would you deal with that as a manager, coach, having a loss in a season when, it means so much to a players to be able to play, continue?
How to get through that?
How do you get through that?
Well, one thing, look up to him. You want to get better? And you have 2 things: excuse to be sad or get better to improve the game, to make basketball game or baseball game better. Unfortunately, when that happens, you got to look up, not look back, and just look forward. And hopefully that will teach you or teach anybody to get better or to love life more or to get into. I don't like to have the excuse, I got to fail because this tragedy happened.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
I think you got to take the opposite.
Like you would want, just like you said in many interviews, you got to keep smiling and keep moving forward, and you feel for Vanessa and all the people that have all the survivors.
Yeah, I think I feel more for this little girl, Gigi. Yeah. She was a baby with a great future, but I'm watching Latino TV all day.
Well, it's all over the news,
I never thought Latino people know this man the way they was and how they're making tribute to him day in and day out.
He spoke fluent Spanish.
Every 2 seconds, I got tears in my eyes just to look who he was. You know what I mean? Obviously I care about him when I see him play or when I see him do something. But
we have a girl dad. We have a girl dad. Ozzie's a girl dad.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about he was a parent to being girls. And that sometimes is like, oh, we want it to be a boy because of sports. He loved being a girl dad. And I know you, first time you're a girl dad, and I think that makes everyone, it kind of felt guys that are proud to have the daughters.
How about this?
That's a great positive.
This? Can you picture, or you can, I don't want to picture, I don't want to even think about it, I don't even want to talk about it. I talk to my wife, said, listen, just don't talk about this anymore. You get to the point right now I'm changing channels.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Because I don't want to deal with that, keep crying and keep feel bad about it. But, his wife, his 2 daughters still alive. There's so many things going through right now. Because Kobe and JJ and Gigi, okay, unfortunately, they passed away. but my condolence for their family and my prayer and my
and the other members
that's
that were part of
that's another part of the tragedy. Mr. Altobelli's son.
Altobelli's,
he's a scout in the Red Sox.
Yeah, but his dad, he was.
Yeah, he was a coach.
So he was up in the program for 28 years. Community college baseball is a huge thing in our sport because a lot of the top talent goes to community college so they can enter the draft earlier.
Yeah, it's another springboard. Bryce Harper, many guys do it.
So, we saw Garrett Cole, we saw Harden, there for the opening day for them. Again, condolences to all. Let's switch a little bit back to Major League Baseball. In my opinion, a loss to Major League Baseball, to the players, and something that's going to be affecting the CBA agreement that's going to come up in I think 2 years is the agreement. Chris Bryant loses his case that he filed for in 2015. He has to be a free agent for one more year. The arbitration is won by Major League Baseball and Mr. Chris Bryant.
Scott Boras is not happy right now.
No, so
the guy make the most money in the game this year was Scott.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. You know what?
This is going to happen.
Rules are rules.
Rules are rules.
And I think, he did have 650 at bats, but they didn't consider that a full season.
No, because it's 172 days.
Right.
He was 1 day under the full season.
So, if you're going to go, it's a technicality, but it's like
1 day.
Right. So now the Cubs can pivot. What do we do with Chris? We have him for 2 more years. Do we trade him? And he tried.
So now by trading him, his value actually has gone up because
there's another year of control.
There's another year of control.
Correct.
For the other team.
So do another team can look to trade him? I've heard that the Texas Rangers are very interested in him. That Frazier's willing to play first base.
I would like that. So he signed for $18 million, which again I think it's very low. Nick Castellanos signed for $16 million. So I think you're getting a bargain in Chris Bryant. Remember, this guy was an MVP
2 years ago.
By the way,
your favorite player.
He is my favorite player. I know people is a lot of better players than Chris Bryant right now. You talk about the monster.
Well, I'm saying,
but I love the way he plays.
People don't realize when you say my favorite player, doesn't that mean he's the best player in the league? It's your favorite player.
I think what he likes about Chris was the fact that he was an MVP caliber type player, and also when Joe Maddon's like, "Hey, go play left field. Hey, go play right field. Hey, go play third."
Joe was having a Gold Glove caliber third baseman, a natural third baseman, play anywhere in the infield, anywhere in the outfield, and he did not care.
But since we are in Chicago, I think this is the beginning of the end for the Chris Bryant
I think
era.
you asked me earlier.
I think he's gone.
I said I will trade him.
Yeah, one way or another. I think he's gone.
But for both sides, because everywhere they go, they're gonna ask this kid.
Right.
They're gonna ask.
And it's also
about
weird.
This thing.
Like you got the front office. It's like, hey, they.
It's been going on since 2015.
Yeah, this
so
is
it's been lingering.
It's been lingering, and I think now it's gonna be like, thank you, Chris. I think they either trade him.
Well, the way the Cubs are going right now, they don't have cash. They try to. Slow down with the money.
I'm going to predict, because I've always been predicting stuff. I predict that Javi Baez signs an extension to spring training.
And Chris
Bryant's traded.
So in June, is Chris Bryant in the lineup?
No.
You?
I hope.
You hope that he is?
Yes, because I think
I think this has effect into the way the system is built because it's so sad. Again, it's a business thing. Yomer Sanchez has to take a lesser deal. The Gold Glove.
That
winner,
really killed me.
Again, the two offers for the big league jobs, they have not disclosed what the amount of money was, but he's taken a minor league job, which is not a guaranteed
to go play every day. To
try to play every day.
By the way, I like that. You know why, Ozzie? Because this kid not make the team to play every day. Any team
can pick him up.
He can pick him up and have a great access to the ball.
A great backup.
A great backup. No, a good one.
He's a Gold Glove defensive second baseman.
Well, this is what we're in a different era. The Gold Glove doesn't have as much merit as it did when he played. Now it's like clearly gone by the wayside.
Okay, why we have Gold Glove award?
Oh, it does show the best defensive metric player in the league, but he was asking for $6 million.
Well, he wasn't asking for it. That's arbitration. That's a slot money.
That's what he should have gotten. The Sox are like, there's no way we're going to pay $6 million.
So here's my. With arbitration,
I don't blame the Sox.
Right, they did a move, and they have.
Major League Baseball.
Should Major League Baseball say if a player's under control and that's his arbitration slot, like a drafted player, that's what you have to pay?
I think with the amount of money that's going around now with teams, absolutely.
I think they should go into a route where, just like in the draft, there's no negotiation saying
this is what you get.
If you get this, and this is your slot money. You're going to be making between. Bottom is going to be for you is going to be $4 million. Top is going to be $7 million. And a team has to negotiate in between that because it's not fair for him.
What's sad is that this guy's been in the White Sox organization for his whole life. He finally worked. He finally got his chance, and now $6 million will
That's
change.
nothing.
Well, that would change a lot of people. It's nothing for Major League Baseball teams, but for him,
But
that'll
I'm saying,
change his life.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
from
a lot of money.
Skill set standpoint, okay.
That's a lot of money.
And this is a game of skill, okay. We saw the money that Jason Hayward got with the Cubs because of his defensive prowess.
But you talk about hundreds of million more than this kid.
That's what I'm saying.
And just,
though.
they signed him just because the glove.
Exactly.
So
So
you
why
should
is
think-
Yomer
right.
again the agent? He might have had a better agent situation, but in a game of defense, of platooning, of having
I
someone
think
there,
I know his agent.
why
The guy with the stuff in his face. I think I know his agent.
Why would you? I feel like this is a travesty. The fact that I'm not saying he needed to get $6 million, but he needed to get paid because the Gold Glove and the metrics are still there, and he deserved that money.
Okay,
I agree.
let me. You're not win any sport. Period.
Without defense.
Without defense.
Yeah.
Period. Any sport. You're a boxer and you know how to defense, you got to knock down. You play tennis, you know get defense. Defense is more important, especially in baseball.
Well, there's teams that
than
don't.
anything else.
There's teams that don't. Like one of the knocks on the Sox, the team that we're talking about, kind of. Some teams don't value defense that much, so they figured we have Nick Madrigal coming.
Okay, I have a question. Sorry I interrupt you. Then why the White Sox manager said we got to get better defensively? Now we get rid of a Gold Glover.
Yeah, well, exactly. I could say, well, I want Rick Anderson to lead off. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. You want to get better defensively, absolutely. But you are what you are. Like you have who you have. Like to make a leap to become that better defensively. I mean, this is going to affect Tim Anderson. I'm sure it'll get affected. Yomer, he's a good second baseman. But they have Nick Madrigal coming. They figured, why are we going to pay this guy this money? We're going to have a guy there till June or July. Speaking of the service time, Madrigal's going to come. So they figured apparently they love Yomer in the Sox. Great clubhouse guy.
Quick question: both of you guys are both infielders. Ozzie, you first. How long does it take you to feel comfortable with a new second baseman when you were playing shortstop?
I couldn't say that because I played with 42 different ones.
I'm just okay,
So you were a good
this-
shortstop.
I was a great shortstop.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying though. So how
See,
long till you were like, okay, this guy?
So
can
don't
handle
worry
it?
about it. Put
Well,
your glove
the
up. I got
best
you.
one I had to teach the best one. It was Durham Ray.
Ray, the one with the most skills.
Yeah, well, I play late in my career
You played 3 years of the Ray,
with Roberto Alomar.
and you were like,
They
whoa.
were like, wow.
Now I see.
Finally, I see it at second base. But I played with Joey Cora. I think it was a good one.
So how long were you?
Fred
and Joey,
Manrique.
so how long did you and Joey? Because we were at the White Sox Fest,
Take
and you
it
were talking to
comfortable.
Menachino, saying, "No, we worked together," and he was talking about how you were helping him slow down. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
do this. When you're working in infield, and you've done it, you turned out plays with Miguel Rojas, with
All of
Eddie
them.
Alianza, with all of them.
Escobar, everybody.
With Escobar. How long till you have to work? Is a spring training enough time for Tim to say this is a new second baseman and to work with them and then be able to come up? Because I feel like it's like an art between both you guys in communication.
I think it's more of a comfort thing. When you have somebody next to you that says, hey, I know that if I don't have to be perfect,
yeah.
this guy's going to get it done. And sometimes you have a really bad one. It's like a bad first baseman. Like, my God, I have to be so perfect to throw it. It's like when you have Palmeiro, Alomar at second, whatever, you're like, hey, I throw it anywhere, they're going to catch it. I think it's more of a comfort thing. And I honestly, spring training is not, you don't get that many reps. Game speed. Yeah, you get them in the backfields.
Yeah, but
game speed, you can't teach. I think it's got to be every day, every day.
I couldn't say, wow, I do this because I don't care who was playing second base. All my throws are going to be right in the back. I know be here, there, and then it's going to be the same speed.
Yeah, well, you were a good one.
But how about them feeding you?
Right.
They're feeding me. Then I have to be careful because I can say, okay, try to do this. Because the more you say, try to do this.
You're making them
say,
nervous,
hey,
yes.
just
throw it, and like you said, you were very good. I'm going to catch it.
I will make the play.
So,
the same way I talked to Frank Thomas. Frank got probably throw the ball to first, second base. I said, hey, you know what? Throw it.
I'm
will
going to catch it.
I don't care how you're going to throw it. I want to catch it. But you have to have common sense. But when you have a good, that never will happen again. Lou Whitaker, Alan Trammell.
Yeah.
They played together for 100 years.
Makes you feel comfortable.
You're not.
Well, I like that Tim Anderson. They looked fine in the middle infield.
They look great.
They looked great.
So now you're going to have Larry or Mendick, and then you're going to bring up Madrigal, and those guys take.
Well,
a
I think
back
that's
seat.
on the board. In my
Right.
opinion.
Well, I think to me, he had to worry about him first, then worry about the second
Right, 'cause
baseman.
Oh no, that's what I mean. Though, but I was talking about a comfort level. Like sometimes you want to keep a guy.
I
there
think game
because-
speed, and I don't think you get comfortable till summer.
You know what? You know
till
what?
like middle of the season.
Till middle of the
Yeah,
season,
but-
and you already had you got 50, 60 games under your belt, and you guys are playing together.
Yes.
Middle of the season, I think it's.
Well, we're gonna obviously Yomer's a fan of the show. We love him. We wish him the best of luck. I hope he makes that big league team with the
Giants,
Giants.
right? Giants?
The Giants.
Gabe Kapler.
Gabe Kapler, Brandon Crawford is a shortstop.
One of the
Girl,
best
he's a
ones.
stud.
He's a stud.
By the way, maybe the best besides the kid play for Anaheim.
He's
Yes,
Simmons.
National League, Simmons, yeah.
To me, the best shortstop in National
Horrible
League.
haircut, but
Crawford.
great.
Well, when
great
you look,
defense.
you got that swagger like
I
that,
don't like
like
guys with
him.
long hair playing short, but that's just personal opinion. But again, Yomer, great job. If you're listening and watching us, please like the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope. Follow us on La Vida Baseball. Beating Guillén. We are here bringing you the best of baseball. A lot of changes. In Dusty, we trusty. He's back. Wristbands and toothpick.
Are you?
Love
Is
it.
that something that you started in Dusty We Trusty?
I don't know.
Yes,
I
he
saw-
did. He did start with that.
In Dusty, we trusty.
You guys have a long history with Dusty. They go back to even to Mexico, and he invented the high five.
I got a
He is
Dusty-
a perfect.
I got a Dusty quick anecdote before you guys go in. So we go to Guaranteed Rate Field. Dusty's with the Washington Nationals. Okay. And I said, this is why Dusty Baker's the manager. You looked at the other side. You couldn't really tell who the biggest rooster was. I couldn't tell who the manager was. Obviously, I knew who the manager was because I know baseball. But when you went to Dusty's side, Dusty's like 35 years older than the other side's manager. Dusty was there shirtless, okay?
Toothpick?
Wristband,
Yes.
toothpick, his shades, walking in the clubhouse.
And
And
you know
this
what
is a
it-
team that has
yeah.
Zimmerman,
Harper.
Harper, yeah.
like big names.
So
What's
he's
the guy
that-
play right field? When he played with the
Worth.
Worth.
So basically, you're saying
and you
Dusty
walked
was the
in,
top dog.
and you walked
knew.
in. I could have told Adela who's the top dog in here.
She'd point at
She
him.
would have said that man right there, and he was just doing
Swagging,
his. He just
yeah.
swagged out. I said that's why he's Dusty Baker.
This guy comes.
I
with
love
a
him,
big,
man.
Yeah,
I
he
do
comes.
love him.
He comes with a huge resume. I mean, he's done everything in baseball. He's gonna have the respect of the players immediately. From Altuve, Springer, all those guys like Dusty Baker. The only thing he hasn't done is win, but he's been in World Series. He's won. He managed Barry Bonds. Like he's managed guys.
Sammy.
He managed Sammy.
So that's one thing I want to
Like-
talk about.
like-
No, he managing
In their not only that 'cause-
Washington.
No, in their prime.
Harper.
in the prime time.
No, but he managed Barry in his prime.
Yeah, he-
if I can
Joey
deal,
Votto in his
exactly,
prime.
I can deal with Barry Bonds. I can deal with all these guys.
Well, but here's the thing though, and it's something that I want to talk about Dusty Baker. Okay,
he was managing Ken Griffey Jr.
he managed Griffin.
Yes,
in
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
He's good.
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
So here's the part though with Dusty. We have a World Series champion to our right hand side right
Dusty
now.
never takes bad teams.
So-
That's also thing I'm
Yes.
gonna know.
What I'm just saying though, he doesn't. But this is the thing.
He
though.
never takes bad
But he
teams.
never makes bad teams worse.
No.
So that's a good thing. So
Status quo.
Status quo. He makes them either maintain themselves or make them better. Here's the part about Dusty. Ozzie, Bobby Cox, Ned Yost, AJ Hinch, Alex Cora, pretty much like about 90% of all winning World Series manager only have one.
Yeah, winning two is
You win two, you're in the Hall of Fame.
usually yes.
Okay? So there's like Bochy, Tony,
Terry.
Connie Mack,
Carlos
Connor.
Gaston.
like guys are up here.
Yeah.
Then there's everybody else with Ozzie, and then there's the guys that have never won one
Right.
that are there. Out of the guys that have never won one,
He's the best.
Dusty and Felipe Alou, in my opinion, are the best managers
Oh, no doubt
of
about
their
it.
time. So here's what people are talking about. So people are like, "Oh, he's horrible." I'm like, if he wins one, he's Bobby Cox.
Yes.
If he
Yeah.
wins one, he's Bobby Cox.
With better numbers, too.
That's what I'm saying, though.
First of all, and don't take it from Chicago fans because they have a bad experience with Dusty ruins pitchers.
Well, by the way,
So does-
so
does Bochy,
Bochy
but-
is the best manager
Yeah.
in our era, and Bochy has more DL stints. That's a fact. I love Bochy, but for every World Series ring he has an arm.
Right.
Lincecum, an arm. Kane, an arm. Bumgarner, an arm. Again,
four.
So he's got a ring for every arm. He's like, I'm gonna write it out. Again, Dusty, in game. I just think that in this situation, I like that it was Dusty because he's never made a team worse. Dusty's never taken a team and been like, oh man, they flopped.
So if you were a betting man, the Astros were already good. You would bet that they're back in the playoffs.
Yes.
yes.
You know why? Dusty is not going to put up with that crap.
Yeah,
He
he's
will
gonna
tell,
set
I'm
them
old
straight.
school man with the new attitude, with the new philosophy of baseball. I think people ask me like, Dusty's old school man, how are you going to handle it? I say, no, for him it's going to be easier because you're going to have people help him. Hey, listen.
He's gonna be a super manager.
This what
And they better not start that beanball stuff.
Oh, no.
If you've seen videos of him and Tony Russo, he's not going to put up with that. They hit one of his guys and they hit two of their guys.
Doing that, I'm glad Houston Astros made that move. Not because my friend is going to be managed, because he's going to bring somebody with respect. And if that happens, they give that team to a kid.
Oh,
they're going to be ugly because they're going to take advantage of that team.
Yeah, they'll take advantage, absolutely.
Now, give it to Dusty. Say, oh, wait a minute, guys.
Well, let's think about it twice.
And he'll let it happen. I think Dusty will know when to manage up. I was watching a game the other day, a rerun of a game, and Felipe Alou's like this in the corner. And Pedro had thrown at somebody, and they drill somebody on the
So Felipe is managing.
Felipe's managing
a young Pedro. Oof,
a young Pedro, and Pedro's like just up and in on everybody. And they hit somebody, the other team. And Felipe's reaction is like, I know this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Take first base. He didn't jump up and say, what are you doing?
Relax.
So I feel like Dusty, even with them, is letting him go, like, guys, we're going to get hit.
It's also a calming presence.
We're going to take our spots.
Ozzie, yeah, but one thing would he get hit, and when another thing is being abused.
No, that's what I mean. So I think Dusty's
they get abused, Dusty going to go
That's
after.
what I mean. Dusty's going to be able to understand of like, okay, we know
He
we're going
knows
to
the
get hit.
game.
He knows the game. And we know we're going to get hit.
You know what? I think Houston Astros hiding him, they change everybody's mentality to hitting people. I guarantee you. Because they know, okay, they're going to spot us. We're going to hit 3. But now we got Dusty. And think about it.
Maybe one. Maybe
it
one.
also comes into play when you're a manager on the other side and you see, like, wait, who's the manager? Please.
I will do it.
You see Dusty, you're like, it's a respect thing. More respect. This guy's been in the league a long time. It's
baseball.
It's a great hire.
Also, it's this clubhouse.
Yeah, it's a good team, and people are going to know right away, like, yo, it's his team. We don't know.
By the way, he just called me, about an hour ago, half an hour ago, asked me some stuff and telling me some stuff. Obviously, what we talk about
It's
what
private.
Can I say here, private.
We're not privy to that.
And even my sons, they don't know what we talk about it. But I was so excited, and he told me a couple of things about it. He's very excited about Ozney because he knows Ozney when he was in Monclova a long time ago with him. But I think it's a great high, man. Believe me. Old school. I don't want to say old school baseball.
I don't like old school. I say this guy knows the game.
The baseball mentality.
So they have
get together with the new mentality.
So Luis Rojas, by the way, I heard he's jacked.
You do not
Felipe
want to fight him.
Felipe Alou, I heard, is also a very strong old man.
Felipe Alou
Like-
maybe the
like
stronger
Diesel.
man,
Diesel.
stronger man in any.
So
time.
they got Luis Rojas, Dusty Baker, one more to go. I've heard reports of Boston not even having a manager in spring training for the first 2 or 3 weeks, which is unheard of. So
Well, now with analytics,
I
they
saw
can-
that Mark Kotze was one of the guys they're thinking about.
Surprising.
Because he was a analytical.
He was the analytical
that
coach.
guy,
but
that
again,
spot.
But again, even though I love Mark Kotze, he played for the Sox, an amazing guy, an amazing baseball
He
mind.
played for Boston, no?
Yeah, he played for
Yeah.
a very short time. But I'm thinking about that job. If you're going young, I would have wanted to see like a Veritek. Someone's got to come in and be like, it's fine. It's like Boston.
Exactly.
Like a Robin with Ozzie. Like someone that can come in and take the throne and be there. Because like the Astros could have gone super young. Or they could have gone with Gibbons, who's never been successful.
Oh, first of all, and they go with the minority. They never did in the past. Size Porter.
Since Bob Porter.
Yeah. Since
But I
Porter.
think they have a long term. Now I think
And Dusty,
and Dusty, man.
No, he's very charismatic. He knows how to make people laugh.
Like, I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. If I was Boston, I would call Mike Scioscia and say, "What are you doing?"
I would.
If
too.
they're really about going to compete, because if they're not going to compete, or I go to an Ozzie Guillén, like I'd go to somebody. or a Buck.
That percent. I agree with you. You know why? Boston Clubhouse is not an easy one.
No, it's not.
Wow.
Especially with everything that's happening, someone needs to
No.
come in and be like,
Shut down.
It's done.
Yes.
Like it's
They
done.
got to be careful with that. Be honest, because Boston Clubhouse players they have there.
Yeah, like
that's not an easy
Price,
cookie.
Sale.
That's
Well,
what
they've had issues.
Pedroia,
No, I'm
Pedroia
saying
even there, but
they've had issues from the past. So like, if they're really like, if I'm a Red Sox fan and like you're looking to move forward, like with the Mets is like, okay, we got our guy, like a baseball guy. That's what we want. This is our guy. Okay, great. Astros are like, okay, we got a seasoned manager. We're not gonna sit out a year, because Astros are like, are they gonna sit out a year? Like, no, they're going for it. Oakland Athletics, they're coming for you. Good luck. They're coming for you. They're coming for you hard. But now the Red Sox, I'm like, which way are they going? Are they gonna sit out a year?
Well,
because the general manager is not in the hot seat.
a lot's going on with the Red Sox and Mookie Betts and.
By the way, about Mookie Betts, surprised that he turned down that money.
I'm very surprised. I don't know.
Do you think anybody else gives him more money than that?
I don't know. Apparently, reports is that he wants $420 million.
He cannot make more money than Mike Trout.
Exactly. So he's turned down 3 extension offers.
I love Mookie Betts, but I
is
would
a
not
lot.
pay Mookie Betts more than Mike Trout.
So that's a lot of money.
On principle. And Mookie can go prove me wrong this year.
No, he's great. He's great, but
The
wow.
face of baseball for last 5, 6,
No, it's
7
Mike
years
Trout.
in Mike Trout. Mookie Betts.
I'm just saying
close.
numbers-wise. It's
Yeah.
just...
No,
Anything.
But that's one of the issues that's going on with Boston, is that they can't get this guy to sign an extension. He's going to walk, apparently. So it's a lot going on in Boston, but it's we just got to wait and see what we do, because 2 teams got.
So the
their
Yankee
managers.
fans are very comfortable right now. They're going to win that division.
Oh God, the Yankees not only they're set. They got Stanton back. They're getting Garrett Cole. They're going into spring training feeling very, very happy.
I love Stanton. I see him lifting weight with the lady only about 110 pounds.
As long as he's
I
healthy.
won't hang on the field.
Well, he's got to stay healthy. I think that's been Giancarlo's.
Yeah, well, that's
issue.
that's what $300 million will do for you.
But he's always had issues on the field
Yeah.
with staying healthy.
The only time he was healthy
was in Miami.
It was we
Yeah,
played with us.
2012. But those are things.
Either by nagging injuries or when he got hit in the face.
The
If he
Yankees-
stays in healthy, it's a better team with
The
him.
Yankees will be the last 2. They'll be in the ALCS. That's my opinion.
That's your prediction. Huh?
Yeah, and it'd be very awkward if it's Yankees Houston
Again.
rematch. Like that would be great. Aaron Boone, Dusty.
It got
Good-
a great chance to
yeah.
happen.
So a
So
lot of
there's a
lot
website.
of good stuff going on.
We don't have any other topic. There's a website though that I wanted to share with you guys. I gotta share the name later, but a guy on YouTube, okay, went and listened to every game that was available for 2017, and you can click pitch by pitch on the banging, and it's broken
What-
down.
what-
It is broken down by percentages of how
It
many players use it.
it was LaFania playing.
No,
team
you know,
ball.
you know who got it the most? Marvin
It was
Gonzalez
Mark
was the one that
Quiñones and
used it
Bobby
the
Jensen
most.
play.
They literally grab an algorithm and it shows you
Wow.
what player used the most and how many games they had.
real?
For real, because remember in the affidavit it said that it wasn't only the banging, it was whistling.
Everything,
But the
yeah.
game with the banging, this guy made a website and you can look at it, listen to the audio, and then it shows you by at bats
Who uses the most?
who uses the most and how successful they were with using it.
Okay.
Some guys you're embarrassed because they used it a lot, yet does not show for their numbers.
Like Gaddis.
Yes, you said it. I didn't. But Marvin, it's a guy that's never been mentioned once, and he went to the Twins, did not have the year that he was expected to have.
I think that Marwin was definitely helped out by that.
Okay, I have
trash
a
can.
question.
He got himself a
I-
nice
I'm
contract.
against what the Houston Astros did, but what the other managers and coaches was doing during the game, reading his scout report, because wait a minute, if I hear something with another claw or another side, which or whatever, and the way the guys taking pitch, the way they swing the bat,
Well, they were saying, I'm gonna tell on you.
Well,
I'm gonna tell on you.
you'd think the first base coach would be the first one to notice.
No, but okay.
Like, I'm literally right
Let's put it this way. Freddie Garcia, he threw a fastball, and the guy
He's a veteran
is
guy.
on
He
it.
would
Then
know.
other song
He would know.
he threw a forkball. It's a good pitch. You can swing on it and you speed on it. Right away,
He
you
would
know.
know.
They got something on Freddie.
Yeah, yep.
Excuse me. I gotta be against the opposition coaches and managers because they should be worried about what happened on the field. They worry about something else. Sorry. People should know if you're baseball people, you're baseball guys, like you guys think you are, that you should know, or it's a pitching coach, you should know when
Yeah,
they had you
those are
pitching.
things that's surprising that something didn't happen as far as like other than like the pitcher calling out the catcher. It's surprising. It's like, hey guys, like
Actually,
you play the game.
Be
you know.
honest. Look, we had that problem with Contreras. Contreras, when he opened his glove, we're not cheating on videos. When he opened his glove, it would be a forkball. When he closes, a fastball. Then I told Contreras, Jose, you know how that you take care of that?
Just switch
We
it
know
up.
that. No, you open your glove and you throw
the
something
fastball.
right in the head. Then people in the dugout said, listen, he opened his glove, he told me fastball right in my head. Then you change the sequence because we know Jose was giving up.
Yeah, you put the doubt in their head.
No, you're just like, okay,
And
open glove,
that's all.
fastball right
and
in
that's
the
all
middle
you
of your
really
head.
want to do at the
Then why
on the
then people
mound
don't
is
do that?
make the hitter feel uncomfortable.
Well, I think that the critique on both sides of what you're saying is that people in baseball now are not paying attention
No,
to
they
the
don't.
game.
No.
And they're thinking someone's going to send them a report
They
saying,
report here, hey, they're
hey,
doing
they're
this.
cheating,
Yes,
there's
yes,
banging, and
yes.
they're not figuring out on their
Yes.
own. I think that's lost. And I think that's something that
What's the kid from the White Sox did it? Like, oh, wait a minute. Hey, man.
Was
I throw great changeups.
Yeah.
I don't swing.
He's a coach now. Actually, Farquhar's a pitching coach
in the minor league system.
In the minor league systems, and people are saying that he might be the future pitching coach of the Chicago White Sox.
Oh yeah, until Don Cooper.
Well, I'm saying in the future,
okay.
Down the road, that he might be a big league, a combination of
somebody find Cooper's pictures.
No.
Well,
I can talk to him last week in the White Sox.
Well, talking about about old school feel for the game, the amazing Caribbean series, the once held tournament. They had the greats of Daryl Strawberry, Pete Rose, just amazing players. You played in it as a rookie of the year. You went to play in the as a top prospect, then rookie of the year in the Caribbean series. It's this weekend. We will be there. Only you will not because of your injury. But we will be there with Vaqueros de Montería, the first team to ever come to play from Colombia, managed by Ozney Guillén.
And right off the bat, Venezuela against Colombia.
Yeah, by the two-time champions Lara. So
10 a.m.
So it's Toros in Dominican. Vaqueros. No Licey. Licey's out. Toros. Cardenales de Lara. And I think we're still waiting for Mexico.
Panama.
No, Panama's not going.
Yes, of course they go. Panama's got to be Chiriquí, I think. Yeah, Panama's going. He's going to be 16.
So, tournaments there. How was it when you went as a player? Like, what is the Caribbean Series now like compared as a player? And we're going to be, by the way, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Periscope. I will be live from our Instagram account. We will be covering everything Caribbean Series. We'll be on the ground. We will be with Team Colombia. We'll be talking to the people at the stadium, people in the tournament. It's going to be amazing. But a tournament that, it's kind of it's a very unique thing because I'm doing my homework for it, and there's kids on Ozney's team that are like in single A that to the big leagues is going to be their dream to get there. And then you got Alberto Callaspo, a guy that played in the big leagues but has no chance of returning to it, yet he's still playing baseball.
The difference is day and night. Before when you go to the Caribbean Series, you feel proud. My God, when I went to Caribbean Series, I was backup David Concepcion.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Manny Trillo was the second base. Papa Jack was a Bochy was a. You know what I mean? Now you beg people
to go.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. You know why? Because now it's not a big deal. Now you make enough money. You say you go. I don't want the Caribbean Series.
Well, I think it goes. I think it goes to this whole arbitration thing. Okay, the reason that it's not a big of a deal is because the way that the system is set up, players don't have to play in Latin America to get to the big leagues.
No,
teams are telling you not to play in Latin America in the big leagues. That's something that I wanted to even bring up in the Caribbean Series because as Latino players, they take away so much from us, but they can't even, like Ronald Acuna, the best player to be born in Venezuela that has debuted in the last 3 years, has never played a game in Venezuela.
Well, let me ask you, because
that's a travesty.
Because they make good money and they don't need to.
But that's what I'm saying, but that doesn't happen in soccer.
Yeah, but
usually everyone plays for their own team.
At least once.
At least once.
Put it this way. You know what's funny? When Robert Acuna, God forbid, nothing happened to him, something happened, he never go back. He will play in Venezuela to get better, to get another job.
Yeah.
That's what players are doing now.
Back end.
Is anybody going to tell me why players play now in Winter League?
To get a job.
Ask me about it. Yes, to get a job somewhere else.
But it's true. No, of course they want to get a job. But I'm saying the way that the system is set up.
Before it's to get better. Now to get a job.
Yeah. Look, Francisco Rodriguez just pitched. 2 weeks ago, but 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago he didn't pitch because he was on a big league team and probably was making too much money.
But
so I think
agree with that.
To your question, this Caribbean Series is more of a pride thing. And it's more of the guys that are there, they want to be there.
Okay, but by the way, first of all, I'm sorry. First of all, the Caribbean Series now is a party to celebrate you as a champ in your own country. To me, we still have to respect because I think it's a great thing for Latin America, even for another countries that don't, but for us, yes, we represent our country.
Well, I think it's a big deal. All the players that are going, everyone's trying to win.
It's like a mini. Let me say this: it's like
when you put a uniform on, Ozzie,
you play to win. But
this series, though, if it's viewed the right way, okay,
it's like a mini Olympics for baseball.
If you view it the right way and you market it the right way and you cover it the right way, baseball has gotten way better in summer leagues in Mexico. Independent league in the United States.
Yes.
There's better talent now, baseball-wise. So, yes, I don't think that there's big names like there used to be as a prospect, but I think it showcases great
And
baseball.
maybe more competition.
There might be more
before
competition.
That, if you look at Dominican
Well,
Republic,
it's a money situation.
Venezuelan
though.
team.
Back in the day, you guys
look
were
at
not
Puerto
making
Rico
that.
team.
You were not
you
making
look
the
at,
money.
You look at
No.
Mexican team. You look at all this thing in the Korean series in the past. Look at the roster.
Yeah.
You're like,
Don't look at the
wow.
rosters because if you look at
Well, it's
Puerto
about getting paid,
you look
though.
at Puerto Rico, they had a major league
dream
roster.
team.
Yeah, those guys.
But-
you look at Venezuela, they had a bunch of big leaguers, but nowadays those guys have too much money, so rosters have to be compiled of guys like you said, A ball, double A, independent ball.
And people compare that.
That's how
I look at the tickets. How much the ticket was? Who going to sit down at 10 o'clock in the morning?
How much are the tickets? $50?
Close.
Wow, that's a lot.
Okay, just to,
That's a lot.
Bonus, el bono. But you guys sit down. The first game is at 10 o'clock, okay, and the last game is at 8.
You worked it as a broadcaster.
Yes, but I can pay. But
otherwise you wouldn't have been there.
Well,
No,
I
hell no.
I
No
hope
way.
that I wish that Major League Baseball.
We'll get more involved.
We're La Vida Baseball.
Help-
we will be there.
help
But
them more.
they should even
Promote.
broadcast the games.
Well, are you sure MLB Network won't
I hope
broadcast
they
it?
do.
I hope they do.
I hope they just broadcast all the games.
They used to.
But I'm saying they'll just broadcast all of them. People want to watch. You have to double down on your fans. If we have people that
Right,
are
this
watching
is the
baseball,
off-season.
this is an off
Yeah,
season.
okay. Now Colombia and Panama into it. Now it's more interesting. It's more. Okay,
Well, I'm saying
now-
let all the teams in.
Yeah.
I want to open the
Panama,
Caribbean Series
Cuba,
to Curacao.
everything,
Whoever has a league,
Yeah.
if you want to bring a C
Honduras,
squad,
yeah.
you want to have a 16-team tournament. But I'm saying in the United
But
States,
that little, I'm not gonna say a little thing.
Oh, the
Make sure I don't
tournament.
use it.
Well, the
They got their
tournament.
own people to
oh,
like
the
do
tournament.
this, do that. Don't we
yeah,
not
but
do
I'm
this?
saying Major League Baseball has an opportunity to grow the game in these countries and be able to use networking.
But it's easy for us to play in London, to go to Europe.
Mexico series is
Yeah,
also
but
going to be
Mexico
there.
series because Mexico is Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mexico don't have more big league players because
Well, they don't have to.
the
They're
league,
the
no,
league.
the league don't let it happen.
Yeah, the Arizona's playing in Mexico this year in April.
If I was,
They play all the time. Mexico.
I think that Mexico is probably the only country right now that could have a Major League Baseball team other than Canada.
Maybe before Canada.
it's not
Maybe
that
before
far.
Canada. I
Yes.
think they would draw better than Canada.
Probably.
Okay, they draw better than Marlins.
Well,
Probably.
that's
Tampa.
Maybe better than Tampa, because by the way,
if I was the
they
Oakland
build
Athletics, I would consider
they
that.
build big league stadiums in
In
Mexico,
Mexico, yeah.
to do it.
Well, there's the new stadium that they're building. in
Okay,
Guadalajara.
why we have the Caribbean Series? Why we don't have Major League Baseball in Dominican, but we can have it in Puerto Rico?
Oh, the games.
Because the stadiums. Okay, you want to have a team there?
Remember, Puerto Rico
build
had
the
a team.
stadiums.
Remember,
Build the
Puerto Rico
stadiums.
had a team for
I'm
a
not going to
while.
say Venezuela because Venezuela right now
They couldn't do it.
politics is taking away everything.
Yeah,
away
they couldn't do it.
But if you would really want to do this, I think Latino bring a lot of great stuff for baseball, and we not give Latinos enough credit.
I'm upset that Cuba's not going. I'll be honest with you. I wish Cuba was definitely going to the tournament.
Okay.
I wish that I got to see the tournament play.
Cuba.
Well, we're Venezuelan, and we're rooting for
Colombia.
Team Colombia.
No,
So,
by the way, Cuba,
It is.
to me, I was in 2015 when Cuba first Caribbean Series from now on, in the past they was there. And I think Cuba saved the Caribbean Series to people go and watch.
for them playing.
Yes, just to see, we're going to see the Cuban team play.
Well, it's like a mythical creature.
Yeah.
You've never seen them.
Yeah, but besides that, when I see the team,
It's like the Red Army from the Russian hockey team.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but okay.
Yeah, with the red
When I
pants.
see the Cuban team, I go, what? Really? Who's the odd? We can have that team back in my hometown. They not have talent. They don't. They was playing 1925
they got
baseball.
stuck in, like,
They got
1950s.
2-3 prospects. They're already here in the big league. Then I don't was impressed at all with the Cuban team, but they bring the flavor. They bring like, let's go watch the
because
Cuban
for
team.
them it was a
I
big
was
deal.
the first one. I went down to the clubhouse to meet them, to meet the guys. I love the shortstop. I don't remember his name. That's Salazar.
Linares.
No, that's you're talking about
That's-
1920s.
that's a long time ago.
But I went down to meet them, each way one because I want to meet those guys.
Yeah,
But in the
well-
meanwhile, the Caribbean Series, I think they have to do a better job. Hopefully, they start not this year, next year, because I think they have a great thing to do it, and they have to sit down and think about the game, not think about them.
It's like I said, to close, it's a pride thing, and we wish all the teams good luck. And I know Ozney is very proud to be there, and hopefully Colombia has a good showing
Yeah, no, well, I'll be broadcasting from La Vida Baseball from there, so we will be talking by the time we come here. I don't even think the tournament's done though. So by
the tournament's it's from February 1st to February 7th.
Yeah.
So I know they'll be there the whole time. Let's just hope that everyone has fun, everyone's safe, and it is, like you said, big party. But hopefully Colombia has a good show.
I just talked to Ozney about the Caribbean Series. And listen, enjoy it.
Yeah, just
Have
enjoy
fun.
it.
You know why? Because so many things against what you think is baseball is. The flight gonna be late. The money's
Well,
not
you're talking
coming.
about
logistics.
We don't have a room.
Well, I'm saying
we don't have a room. You know what I mean? The
just be
ballpark is
ready.
closed.
Yeah, just
we
be
cannot
ready.
take batting practice.
Yeah.
So many things.
Just be ready for that.
Just be ready for that but just enjoy it because the Caribbean Series, please, make them survive because for Latino people, that's the number one party in our country.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if there's going to be sold out. Irán Bithorn. I guarantee you there'll be parties at night.
Well, here's the thing, though. Again, if you're gonna
Guaranteed.
if you're going, if you want to follow it here on La Vida Baseball. Follow it. We're gonna have the scores. We're gonna have the updates. We're gonna have interviews. We're gonna have interaction from the Caribbean Series 2020.
And remember, if you are successful in this Caribbean Series, it can open up windows for a job in Mexico, for a job anywhere.
Well, there's always people watching.
There's always going to be other teams watching, looking
Oh,
for
it's going to be a lot of scouts,
Yeah,
bro.
All the scouts,
absolutely.
by the way,
It's going to be more scouts than fans.
By the
believe
way,
me that.
absolutely.
by the way, if you're a scout, you want to scout the Caribbean Series.
I think it's fun.
Why wouldn't you want to?
And you find guys.
Remember, people, this name, Vizcaya. He's going to be the closer
Oh, Anthony.
Anthony Vizcaya.
He's going to be the closer for the Colombian team.
He's not a starter?
This kid pitch. No. I think they're going to close. They don't have a closer. But I think, when he put up innings, because he's signed by the Dodgers, and he's going to be named.
So they're going to protect him a little bit.
He's going to be 4 or 5 names out there.
We're gonna have a La Vida Baseball Ozzie on the live, where you're gonna talk about the players that you want to showcase from each team.
Anything I do for baseball, anything. And to me, it's gonna be. Then I go there as a father. Then now I say, hey, we gotta do this. Of course, I'll be more happy. You say, Dad, I gotta cover this. I say, I'm going with you because I was doing it in Colombia.
I've never been to a Caribbean
By the
Series.
way,
Me neither.
I've never been.
By the way,
bucket list.
my first Caribbean Series I went. No, I don't know if it was my first. I know you just born. And
So it was
EBC
1984.
was feeding you.
Breastfeeding. This is the
breastfeeding.
sign for breastfeeding.
Okay, and other son,
The international
we gotta
sign.
go to Mazatlan, and she got very sick.
In Mexico.
Then that's the day I got traded from the Padres to the White Sox, and that's the first time I meet Tony Russa.
You met Tony Russa.
Yeah, I was DHing, and they say I was DH all year long playing left field. And my manager go, "Hey, you playing shortstop tomorrow?" I said, "No, I don't."
What's going on?
I said, "No, I don't want to. I'm not going to."
I'm not ready. I haven't.
No, I'm not going to. I'm not
Comfortable.
I'll be like this all my life. I said, "No, I know why." I said, "Well, Tony Russa's in town." I don't care. What do you mean you don't care? This is gonna be your manager. I don't care. You're gonna have a chance to see me every day.
So did you end up playing shortstop or no?
No.
Well, Tony,
Wow,
we talked to him about it. We talked about it.
That's a good. That is not really being a team player or saying like, "Hey, we want to see you play
so
short."
you went with La Guaira that year.
Yeah.
Say, "Don't worry, Tony. You'll see me play a lot
Omar
of spring
Vizquel
training."
was a backup for.
No, Omar Vizquel. Then I went to
Caracas.
Hermosillo, and Vizquel was playing shortstop for Caracas. Obviously, was a baby.
So he was like, "What?" Like,
And he
18?
win, and they take me.
Yeah.
They take me to Caracas to go to Hermosillo.
That's that famous picture you two guys dressed in the.
Yeah,
And Leones
I have
uniform.
a lot of things to talk about that because that's the first time I hit Vic Davalillo. He don't respect me. I'm
Oh
a
my
wife.
God, that's right.
And
You pushed him.
I'm not
You punched
pushing.
him.
I punched it.
Yeah,
because
Vic Davalillo was like, "Hey, look at this rookie."
He won Vizquel to be the
was
shortstop. I
upset.
don't blame him. But Vizquel in that time, he couldn't
He
play
called
in
your
front
job.
of me.
Yeah.
But it was funny because my friend Urbano Lugo was there. Tony Arma was there. Well, you talk about the teams, man.
The team was loaded.
No, every team. When I played the Caribbean Series, every
Team was loaded.
I heard that you have to have a mustache to play on that team. If you didn't have a mustache.
It was the 80s. It was
Well,
the
you know
80s.
it's funny because you don't have a mustache. You know what's into it. You know has swagger.
So yeah, but Bruce Bochy played with La Guaira when we went. That was the last time we went. He was our catcher.
So the Caribbean Series is a Latino tradition, and
Everybody's played it, Roberto.
right. So everybody hoping that it's a good tournament, it's a good series, and hopefully, you're right, agree though that Major League Baseball does keep getting involved and helping out more.
I think Major League Baseball should get more involved. Not with the tournament, to the people, put the tournament together.
The thing
Yes.
is, I'm sorry, Mr. Manfred. The thing is, they're busy handling other stuff. Like,
Well, I think
bigger issues.
the bandwidth of the league.
They're
though.
busy.
But
They're
I'm saying
busy.
though, the bandwidth of the league. Okay, this is like we were just at White Sox Fest. Okay, like White Sox Fest, and I can talk about White Sox Fest because I interned there. Okay, this was and I asked him. He was at the first caravan. This thing went from being like something small to it's humongous now. Every team has it.
Money.
It's so cool. You have sponsors. It's like just as cool as spring training.
It's an event.
I think it's better than spring training.
It's
Well,
amazing.
because it's shorter.
No, but not only that though. But I'm thinking it's amazing as a fan, like to
have
bring
a
your
chance
kid.
to
Yeah,
be-
because you
have a
can
chance.
hang out with your guys.
Yeah, like the guys are right there.
absolutely,
You're
absolutely.
you're answering
Like if you would ask
questions.
me, like back in the 1994.
Well, like with Kobe, you would have gone to
Right,
Fan
a fan
Fest.
fest. Like, wow, you get to hang out with this guy.
Yeah.
So people get to see their favorite players. They get to
Like
take
everyone got to
pictures.
see Lewis Robert in
Yeah.
Chicago. They got to buy his jerseys. They were selling
Yeah.
used equipment.
Yeah.
Like the shoes that the guys wore.
Yeah,
Like I remember I have a pair of Juan Gonzalez shoes from
And
when
it's
he
a
played.
big deal.
And it's like a big deal. Like today's
Now
game.
it's so much easier to get.
It's so much easier, but I think that the teams, they have grown so much from this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the league should be growing just as fast. Like the team should not be growing faster than the league. The league should be able to do Iowa and London and Dominican and run a better minor league
By
system.
the way, are you going to that
And then-
Iowa thing?
If I get invited.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
that?
They're playing.
I
the
wanna
field-
cover it
they're
because
playing the
you're-
field.
oh, you're going with
no,
me.
they're playing the Field of Dreams.
You go with me. I
wait,
have to cover the game.
The game where the Hispanics or blacks were not allowed to play back then.
Yeah, I mean it's a Field of Dreams. It's I guarantee. Have you even seen that movie?
Just
No, you haven't.
no, you
haven't.
haven't.
Have you ever
Great.
watched Field of Dreams?
It's on and off. I know.
No. Have you ever watched?
Who's
have
the
you
main
ever-
character?
I did it.
Actor.
Costner.
Oh, see, he
Okay,
knows
so
that.
can you sit down? So you watched Rookie of the Year the other night.
I
with me,
hate him.
and you hated it. You said that I was stupid.
So,
for watching
anyways,
it.
and so the Sox are going there, so it'd be pretty cool if if
I love it. I'm going.
if they get to invite you to go to
I'm
Iowa
going either with NBC or I'm going with
with
the
the
White
team.
Sox.
Well, either
I'm
way,
pretty sure I'll go with NBC. I got to cover that game.
well, that'd be pretty.
I'll probably
neat
tag along
experience.
and cover for La Vida
Yeah,
Baseball.
absolutely.
But I'm just saying though. So like, yeah. So you've never. So first of all, before you cover that, you need to watch the movie from the beginning.
To start knowing why.
And then you have to have Oney explain to you because there's a scene in that movie where
Great
where
movie.
something happens in the jumbotron that I still don't understand to this day.
Are you serious?
You know me in movies, I'm still confused.
God, it's Moonlight Graham. He sees the thing, and then oh man, I'll explain it to you later.
I like the voice
Well,
of the man.
If you build it,
Yeah.
he will come.
Build what?
Build the field, and he thought it was to bring back Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
and it wasn't. It was to bring back his father. Oh my God, these guys are. Oh, I'll explain it.
You know
to
why?
you.
That's why I love-
Nico's laughing.
who
Wait a
was the
minute,
doctor?
Nico, you know what?
The
Nico,
doctor?
I like movies.
This is
I
great.
can laugh. Like the one Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
With Bo
Great.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's the type of movie I like baseball. I hate baseball movie when they
What that make you
romantic.
think? This was not romantic. This was a strictly
So his father, that was his dad?
with the guy that he plays catch with at the end, Ray Kinsella. That's his father.
Whose father? Kevin Costner's.
Kevin Costner's father. That he doesn't. If you build it, he will come. Kevin Costner thinks the whole time that Shoeless Joe Jackson is the reason why. It's not because of Shoeless Joe. That's why he tells him at the end, like, "Hey, he's waiting for you." It's his father. They had a bad falling out.
best movie
Boom.
out of baseball.
He just learned something.
Okay, wait a minute.
35 years old,
Okay,
and I
yeah.
thought the movie was about
best,
Shoeless Joe
movie,
Jackson.
best movie out of baseball.
Best movie out of baseball. This is gonna sound awkward, but
Angels in the outfield.
No,
Did they
I
get
love-
caught for cheating with the Angels?
no, he goes, that's cheating too. That they were doing that. I'm a big fan of A League of Their Own and
I love the League of Their Own because
League of Their Own,
that
and
actually couple good.
I like Major League, but I like Major League
By
One.
the way, if you had to pick a manager for the Red Sox out of all the movies, who would you pick?
Lou Brown,
Lou Brown.
How about
Why would
you?
you pick Lou Brown and from what movie?
because he won on the Indians.
He was the only guy that won.
Yeah, and other than that, like all those other guys, I mean,
But did Lou Brown win the World Series? He
no,
only
he
gets
got
the playoffs.
he
Who's the first
he
round?
lost to the Sox.
In the first round.
But
Yeah.
who you pick is a
Little Big League.
Oh, good movie.
no, it's not.
Yes,
kid's
it
the
is.
owner.
Yes, it is. The kid's the owner. It was like a dream come true watching a 12-year-old like manage.
By the way, and now with analytics,
La Raya de Cal. That was.
but the movie that he started. No, put it this way though. With analytics now, I can manage at 12.
That's true.
By the way, next segment, next time, there's rumors that Major League Baseball is going to all DH. National
Yeah,
League.
I love
saw
it.
that. That's great. I
I
love
love it. I love
You know
it.
who would still have a job that's very sad? Wright.
David
Mets.
Wright.
David Wright.
You know why?
He'd still be playing.
I agree
you know-
because I think the DH position gives guys extends careers. Harold Baines, Frank Thomas, Edgar Martinez, Big Papi, and if the American League does it, let the National League do it too. It is a big, big advantage for the American League. Big advantage.
Two things. First of all, you say your pitcher.
Yeah.
You take
less injuries.
Less injuries. Less move.
Well, let's give them a little taste.
People love home runs.
Yeah.
We do. We like home
People
runs.
love our
I like him. He doesn't like. He likes little scrappy.
And by the way, you guys should watch that the documentary on the 1980s Cardinals.
That's baseball.
MLB Network, Whitey Herzog. It is amazing.
We gotta watch it.
Totally different than what baseball is now. But back then they had guys that could really run. It is awesome.
That's
but they never got in slump.
No.
You see the pitcher staff they have punch it. Yeah. I look and go.
Well, it was Ozzie.
They should have been the champions. The bad call at first base.
Well, they won one although. Ozzie Smith, Vince Coleman, Terry Pendleton, Keith Hernandez. These guys were flying. Yeah. Whitey Herzog basically told him, like, I want this to be a track meet.
Yes.
Run.
And then you know me.
Thank you so much, Being Guillén here on La Vida Baseball. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook,
his
Instagram.
dream team.
His little running, little bunch of little run runs.
I tell you what, man, that's how you play baseball. Defense.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Follow us at La Vida Baseball. It has been a pleasure. Being Guillén, all you Kobe fans, you're in our prayers. But again, see you guys next week. Thank you.